Hey everyone, as you can tell by the title of this video, I want to get into that Jehovah's Witnesses can't even answer their own questions. And it makes a lot of sense. First off, I want to keep addressing this. For those who aren't subscribed to my channel but watch my videos, subscribing and sharing my channel really does help make it grow. If you also want more of what I talk about in the Jehovah's Witnesses, again, if you want to see my channel grow when I talk about them, you have to watch all the way to the end. You can't just half watch it and leave a like. That doesn't, liking does help part of it, but also watching to the end, listening and understanding and subscribing and commenting what I should talk about next in my videos. It really, honestly, seriously does help. Obviously, the main three though: watching to the end of my videos, liking, subscribing, and sharing. All of that really does help if you want to see my channel grow. And can't leave out also leaving comments of what I should talk about in the Jehovah's Witness videos. That's another thing that will also help make my channel grow. With the amount of demand, what I should talk about next in my videos about Jehovah's Witnesses also really does help. I can't put that out there enough. And even if you don't watch much YouTube, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. Watching my videos to the end, liking, subscribing, listening and understanding, commenting, sharing, all that stuff. That's how the algorithm works. You can't just watch halfway to the end, like I said, and leave a like, or just watch halfway to the end. You have to watch and listen and understand to be able to leave a comment. And those who do have the genuine courtesy to watch and support me and leave a comment to the end, and those who are already subscribed, thank you for the amount of support you show me. It really does help make me want to be able to put out more videos like this. Now that I got that out of the way, I want to talk about how I'm pretty sure you might have seen videos on this. If not, I'll just leave a basic rundown of this. Simple enough for people that might not get this, but if you do, leave a comment. Do you know about this? I've seen videos on this before where a person who is an outsider that doesn't really know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses and thinks they might want to have common interest in them, which not too many in the outside world does. But anyway, for those who think they want to have interest, they go up to them, they have a question they want to ask them. They can't even answer it, depending on the type of question being asked to them. Because they're instructed that they can't ask the elders themselves this certain question, whatever it may be, they're not able to get the answer from the question they ask them, whatever it is, because they shut them out. They make excuses. They're not allowed to fend for their own thought process. Basically, they don't want them to, again, as most of you ex-Jehovah's Witnesses know this, they're not allowed to have any of their own free thinking. So when a Jehovah's Witness that is higher up than any of the elders or whoever, when they want to ask them a question, simple or complicated, they can't even answer their own question. And then when they go out into the outside world, trying to do their preaching work, what have you, they can't even answer a person's outside question, whatever it may be, because they don't even know it themselves. They make all these excuses just like the elders do. again, they shut them out and make excuses why they can't give them the answer to the question. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, which a lot of you are, and you know you're not allowed to, but you do it anyway, you can buy the books that technically you're not allowed to look at. You can buy them on Amazon however you may wish. You have a computer, you like to watch our videos anyway, elders shut you out because they make excuses. They don't want to give you a direct, true, actual response. They leave you on an edge, not being able to think for yourself or give you the answer to the question that you so desired from when you asked them. And then when someone on the street approaches you, you can't even answer it for yourself. All you do is leave these carts laying there thinking people will just pick them up or read them scriptures. That doesn't really make any sense at all. That's a cult, unfortunately, though. Jehovah's Witnesses can't even answer their own questions because they get shut out and these elders make excuses to them, leaving them on an edge. It's unfortunate that they will never see that. I'm sure they do, but they just can't do anything about it because they don't want to start any conflict with them, so they'll get pushed to a corner, basically, as you will, I guess. Yeah, they'll get pushed to a corner just for asking a simple question and then, again, being left on the edge about it, because that's how this corrupt organization works. They have an excessive, as I mentioned this in my previous videos, they have an excessive amount of mind control. And because they didn't know anything about it before they became a Jehovah's Witness, like I've said before, they thought they were going to find true happiness in that religion. But then once they got more involved, they started to see the real side of it. And because they built up this quote-unquote relationship with the people inside the Jehovah's Witnesses, they start to see the real side of them, but they have no choice because of all the fear-mongering, the sabotage, the guilting, the manipulating. Like I said before, these Jehovah's Witnesses aren't really happy people. They aren't who they say they are. They portray this image to people that don't know anything about them. They act like they're happy, but they're really not on the inside because of how trapped they are, how they're supposed to obey every command, just worship Jehovah and he'll be happy, when in reality they're saying, we want your money, when you die, you're sucked in and all this stuff. And it's unfortunate that they know that, but they can't have any free thinking and make decisions for themselves. They're not allowed to think for themselves. So they act just like them, in a more angry sense. It's unfortunate that they'll put on this mask in front of a bunch of people as a way to try to convince them to become something these people have no interest in. A good majority of people in the outside world have no interest in being a Jehovah's Witness, because a lot of them know it's a religious cult to begin with. And when someone like myself, who's an ex-Jehovah's Witness, granted I faded away, but whatever. Again, there's 3 different layers of this fellowship, but whatever. They'll go on ex-Jehovah's Witness channels and leave hateful, spiteful comments because they're angry at them. They're not really angry at them that they left Jehovah. They're angry because they left them alone in that religious cult. They can be in denial however they wish, but they know for a fact they're not angry because they left Jehovah. They're angry because they left them, again, alone in that religious cult. That's how mind control works. I know I've made videos on this before, but I just wanted to put it out there. There's some good amount of mind control, depending on the type of situation. Like if you're at a job, you have to live by certain standards to meet other people's expectations. I mean, if you love the job enough, you're willing to abide by it. There's topics on being in a toxic environment and stuff like that that I've made. Anyway, but to be in a religious cult where they think they're giving you positive reinforcement, yet they're giving you negative reinforcement. The only reason you think you're getting positive reinforcement is because they're finding ways to tell you what they want you to hear, not because they're giving you positive reinforcement. They're actually giving you negative reinforcement. And again, this goes also hand in hand with not being able to talk to your loved ones that don't want to believe in the same thing they believe, or whatever. You're supposed to give up people that are your own flesh and blood that loved you for who you were, not because of what you are. Again, that's negative reinforcement. You think it's positive reinforcement because that's something they tell you what they want you to hear. And it's unfortunate. Again, Jehovah's Witnesses are basically pushed to a corner, and a lot of things are swept under the rug, depending on whatever it is. I know it's kind of a little off topic to the title of this video, but I remember this growing up as obviously one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Right, kind of like maybe a few years before I had really decided to leave. I remember I like wearing tight pants, but that doesn't make you a homosexual just because you like tight pants. People that are straight can wear tight pants because they like the feeling of it. It's who they are. It's what they like to wear. It shouldn't be controlled just because a guy or a girl likes wearing tight pants. It doesn't make any sense. But again, like I said, you think that's positive reinforcement when that's actually negative reinforcement. They just say it in a way to get what they want to tell you, what they want you to hear. So, at where I'm getting at, the same guy, Tony Morris, who's an elder at the Watchtower headquarters, a lot of you know this obviously, he's wearing tight pants himself, and yet going around telling all his followers that wearing tight pants is illegal. That's not even really a crime. That doesn't make any sense, but there's that hypocrisy involved in it. And I don't see how that ties into anything that makes sense with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Because, again, coming from a guy who's telling people to not wear tight pants, men or women, is wearing tight pants himself while he's giving talks at an assembly or a local kingdom hall. That doesn't tie into anything, and yet just makes it up as he goes along. I mean, again, people should love who they are close to for who they are, not what they are. Anyway, didn't mean to kind of go off on a little bit of a different direction here, but whatever. A lot of it made sense, and ex-Jehovah's Witnesses will tell me that, but whatever. For Jehovah's Witnesses watching this, which, again, they technically shouldn't be doing this, but they're angry and spiteful and hateful and all this stuff, while you're at it, you can do some free thinking for yourself and get the books that you're technically not allowed to look at. Only for the elders are only allowed to look at this. You can look at it yourself, order it online, and if there's a question you want to look for, just look for it in the books that are technically for the elders to look at. Again, it doesn't make any sense, but that's how much mind control they like to work at. Again, if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, which, again, technically you're not allowed to, since you like to watch videos, on Jehovah's Witnesses, and just for us being truthful and honest, you should be able to do that. Go on Amazon, look for elders' books that they keep from their witnesses who aren't higher than them. Order it online yourself. Look through it. There's really nothing that they should be afraid of to keep from their followers looking at. And I know there's a lot of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that have books like that. So, you get the idea. I don't know. It's unfortunate to see how much mind control they have over these people to get them to think it's positive reinforcement when it's really negative reinforcement. That's, I guess, the basic I'm getting at. If there is seriously a video, if you made it this far, which, like I said, thanks to the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who do watch this all the way to the end, if there's a video you want me to make about the Jehovah's Witnesses in my next video, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Again, also, if you made it this far, and I know, again, there's some of you who like to watch to the end, your support really does help and mean the world to me. Like I said, if there's a video you want me to make about the Jehovah's Witnesses in my next one, again, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. I'm willing to go with whatever I pick, so be on the lookout for that video. Whatever it is you decide to comment what I should talk about next from them. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.